far side. On the near side is Ashton Cartwright. Diaz checking to make sure he's got his numbers. Silsbee expecting a deep kick as they are standing inside their own 5-yard line. Diego checks his line. The band plays. He approaches the ball. It's an onside kick. It's off of number 16, and it is going to be recovered by Jamarian Elam at the Silsbee 45-yard line.
Well, what a gutsy sort of call, and we've seen that the last several weeks. Hardin Jefferson tried that against the Liberty Panthers, and if you're going to go at somebody, go at them just like that. And I'd like to thank all of our viewers for joining us now. Apologize for some of our early technical difficulties. You're watching Liberty Panther football on the Liberty Panther Sports Network. Joe Roberts, Ross Norwood, producer Richard Ewing here at Memorial Stadium, and you just saw the opening kickoff. The Silsbee Tigers with the offense to start. 11:58 after that kickoff, Ross.
They're going to move it up to the 50. There was a flag on the near side inside the 40-yard line. As someone was offside, so the kick didn't, well, the kick did go 10 yards, but, well, actually it didn't matter if it went 10 yards because the guy hit it.
Yeah, it did not matter on that end.
Jamarian Elam
from the 50, and they're going to hand the ball off, and we are going to get a whistle and some flags, and almost always that's going to be against the offensive team. That's probably going to be some movement along the line, Ross.
Well, they would prefer to start on their own 45 instead of at midfield.
That's what I'd like them to do. That's going to replay the down, 1st and 15, and the Tigers on their own 45-yard line. I guess it would help if I'd pull out these great binoculars that you had for me. Quarterback under center for here. Going to fake the handoff roll to his right. And a strike down the field caught by number 11. Still on his feet. And gang tackled by the Liberty Panthers about the 17. And that's Ashton Cartwright with the reception. Michael Mosier, the quarterback, with the pass. It's going to be a big pickup on 1st down and 15. Well into Panther territory. Mosier under center again, this time handing the ball off to Zero, who's going to get caught by Andre DeBlanc right away and still going to pick up a few yards. That's Trey Kibbles, the running back.
Joe, watch this. The A&M commit, Draylon Miller, the senior, he's lining up on the near side as the far out receiver.
This time Mosier moving into the shotgun with Kibbles to his left. And he will go to the right and toss that into the end zone, and that's going to be up and over the hands of Ashton Cartwright. And we talk a lot about Draylon Miller, and he is such a prolific target, but he is not the only one that the Tigers have.
They're a very physical team. Pepper Dubois with the coverage there, Dubose, I don't know, I've only lived here my entire life. With the coverage there.
Mosier moving back under center, I form. Going to check back to his coach. This time Kibbles up the middle, getting caught and then spinning out, pushing the pile very well. Liberty Panthers all over it, not able to pull him down. Kibbles with a super low center of gravity.
He is a shifty back for sure. If you remember last year, we were expecting a lot of passing, and we got a good bit of rushing.
That'll drop the chains. 1st and goal at the Panthers' 6-yard line, and they are on the far hash. Silsbee again working from right to left. Mosier under center. This time again to Kibbles, who's going to get caught quickly. And it looks like that's going to be Lane Taylor with the stop for the Liberty Panther defense. Going to pick up maybe 2 yards on the carry, 2nd and goal at the Panther 4. So far, it's been an awful lot of Trey Kibbles. Mosier under center again. Kibbles with the fullback. And Mosier calling his own number, trying to push across the line, waiting for a signal, and that's going to be it. At the 10:04 mark, Silsbee's going to strike first on the quarterback keeper. Michael Mosier is going to punch it in, and they now lead 6-0 here early on in the first quarter, Ross. And what we thought was going to be a prolific passing attack has really been a lot of rushing with one big pass.
If you remember last year, Joe, that is kind of the game plan they went with.
17 kicking the extra point, and that is going to be good. That's Colby Arsenault. At the 10:02 mark, Silsbee leads 7-0. We will be right back. Welcome back, Panther Nation. You are watching Liberty Panther football on the Liberty Panther Sports Network. Joe Roberts, Ross Norwood, producer Richard Ewing. 10:02 to go here in the first quarter. Silsbee striking first. Michael Mosier with a long strike to Ashton Cartwright, and then finally calling his own number and stepping into the end zone from about 4 yards out. Ross? Oh, you were telling me who was back deep. Okay. Tony Denman and I can't tell. Let me use these great binoculars instead of trying to figure it out. That's going to be short. Fielded cleanly by Mason Shellhammer. And eventually I'm going to pick up what you're signing to me, Ross, at some point. And maybe I'll turn your mic on.
And don't give me any Monty references. You're the one that didn't turn my mic on.
Well, I apologize for that, buddy. 9:57 to go here in this first quarter of action. Liberty trailing 7-0. And now we get a first look at the Liberty Panther offense on this Friday the 13th. They will have the ball 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line, far hash mark. Frankie Mares, player of the game last week against Hardin Jefferson, stepping out there. And next to him, Logan Fowler, the running back. And they're going to hold that, and that's going to be just a little too high for Jason Wycliffe. That'll stop the clock at 9:54 and bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Liberty Panthers. Ross?
One thing that you saw last week from Frankie Mares that you had not seen before was his ability to adapt, to check off, to hold the ball instead of trying to force it in. He had no interceptions last week.
Yeah, he played probably his cleanest game that I'd seen all season long. Coming back to the line of scrimmage, again, Mares in the shotgun, Wycliffe and Denman to his right. And this time Fowler's going to take the ball, but the Tiger defensive line overpowering the offensive line and getting into the backfield quickly. And that's going to be a loss on the carry of about 2 yards, bring up 3rd down and 12, Ross.
Silsbee did not want him to cross that line. Logan Fowler last week. I'll get into those in a minute when I look at the right spotting chart.
Well, you got several of them.
Well, just in case one fails.
And we found the pointer, so we love that.
Fowler 5 carries for 35 yards last week. 23 was his long.
Mares again, shotgun to his right, steps back up inside, and he is going to be pulled down by number 30, and that is Paul Hope.
Oh, am I supposed to be pointing at these things?
No, you're good. That's going to be a big loss on the play, and that's going to bring up 4th down and long for Liberty, and the punting unit will come on.
Kevin Clevenger picked up one of the rushers, almost said blockers, but another one had escaped.
Diego Diaz back for for the Panthers, presumably punting. And the back deep is Radrian Balltrip and Draylon Miller. And that's going to be high, and they're going to let that hit. It's going to hit about the 38-yard line and continue to bounce down to the 31. So not a bad punt from Diego Diaz. That'll put the Tigers on their own 31-yard line, Ross.
Diego Diaz under a lot of pressure there and able to get one off.
8-11 here in the first quarter. And again, I don't know if when we're having our technical difficulties if this came through or not. The Liberty Panther, Mighty Panther Band going to marching competition tomorrow. They will be marching at PNG at 1:45.
Joe, you may have said a minute ago that Diego had pressure and he got it off, but I don't listen to you, so
it's okay. Mosier quickly out to, is that Miller? And
yes,
still on his feet all the way down the sidelines, 10-5. And just like that, Draylon Miller makes his mark on the scoreboard. And that's kind of what we've seen him do throughout the course of his career, and one of the main reasons that Texas A&M is so high on that young man. 7:58, Tigers quickly score a touchdown, and that's going to be a 69-yard touchdown.
A&M likes a few things from Draylon. They like his hands, of course.
Arsenault for the extra point, and that's going to be up. And the extra point attempt is good. 7:58, and Silsbee leading your Liberty Panthers 14-0. And we will be right back. Welcome back, Panther Nation. You are watching Liberty Panther football on the Liberty Panther Sports Network. 7:58 in the first quarter. Silsbee striking quickly. Mosier to Draylon Miller for a 69-yard touchdown pass up the left-hand side. Ross?
Draylon Miller not only has the hands, but he's got the height. He can get almost any jump ball. A&M loves that. And yards after contact.
Well, looks like Arsenault on to kick off for the Tigers. And the kickoff return team for Liberty very short. Catch this real quick, and Tony Denman, Jason Wycliffe back deep for the Panthers. Probably going to see another short kick, just like we did a while ago. Be high, pooch kick. It's going to force Wycliffe to go back, and he's going to slip.
Loses the football, but gets back on it.
Yeah, loses his footing and fortunately gets back on that. So that's going to be 1st and 10 for Liberty, and they're going to be on maybe their own 13-yard. Looks like their own 13-yard line, Ross.
What I found interesting about that is that was a high kick, and there was nobody around. So the coverage team for Liberty did a nice job of staving off some of the.
Well, that went a good bit further than I thought that carried a good bit. But we do have a wind coming from south to north through here. Liberty Panthers again with their second possession. Mares rolls to his right, looking for anyone. Immediate pressure, forced to throw the ball away, and that's something that we saw from him last week, making the good decision.
He was going for Jason Wycliffe, and earlier in the season, he would have tried to sandwich that in between two defenders.
Well, right now, the Silsbee Tigers applying almost immediate heat to the offense, Ross.
Another thing I'm seeing from Mares tonight is he seems to be staying cool under pressure.
Clock stopped at 7:52, 2nd down and 10 for Liberty. This time Fowler and Garcia in the backfield with Mares. And Mares going to pull that and try to go up the middle, and he's going to get stopped by a gang of Tigers. looking for a number there. Number 28 leading the charge for them, Levin Powell, among other Tigers. I want to take this opportunity to thank our friends from Silsbee. If you're joining us today, thank all of our Panther fans wherever you're watching, and thank our sponsors, Ross, Monty.
Oh, did you want me to say
No,
something?
I didn't want you to say anything. I'm just kicking it over to you. Just gotta like you, man. You're the best. I'll mention our sponsors after this play. Frankie Mares. A roll to his right. Powell again, and he's going to get powered right out of bounds, and I'm guessing there's going to be a penalty flag on that one.
There have been 2 at least penalty flags.
And that was number 27, Pablo Lorenzi, coming in hot with that. That was clearly out of bounds.
That was not even close to the line. We see that a lot where you'll have plays where it could go either way, and you say, well, that one he just kind of lost track. That one was a good 3 yards.
Oh, he was a heat-seeking missile. He was going to come in and lay a hit, whether he was in or out, I think. And that's unfortunate for Silsbee, but fortunate for Liberty, because that's going to be enough for a first down.
Well, as much pressure as he's been under so far in tonight's game, that's the first hit he's taken.
Indeed it is. And
it was a big one.
And he shouldn't have taken the hit, which is why the flag was thrown. And while they're getting set for their first down, I want to thank our sponsors, C. Bruce Stratton and Christina Varela-Crisco, as well as Michelle Manga-Marandino. Love our sponsors. Allow us to do a bunch of cool stuff, like this broadcast. Frankie Mares 1st and 10 for Liberty. Logan Fowler with the ball, and number 28, Levin Powell, becoming a nuisance for the Panthers as he gets in there very quickly, and we've called his name a bunch of times, Ross.
It normally, when you see a team focus on stopping the run, there's some opportunities to get something in the air or vice versa. Right now, there's nothing.
Indeed, the Liberty Panthers getting back, and Fowler, credit to Fowler for even getting back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to be 2nd down and 10 from the Liberty 31-yard line near hash mark. Liberty working left to right, this time trips to the wide side of the field. Fowler in the backfield with Mares, and he will lead block for Frankie and trying to hold on to the ball, and Tigers just trying to rip the ball out of his hands.
That was a good run, and things already getting chippy.
Very chippy.
And that was a hand to the face mask of quarterback Frankie Mares. But
and that was the best run we've seen from Liberty on this young evening. Going to pick up about 6 yards. What, they're going to?
For some reason, we're going backwards.
Oh, you know what? Because they ripped the ball out of his hands when he stood up, and it was laying on the ground over there. That's going to be on the, looks like 37-yard line. Be a good pickup for Mares. 3rd down and about 4 for Liberty. And this time going to pull the ball, and unfortunately, he's going to slip. And number 8, Tadavian Garrett was right there to welcome him home had he not slipped. And that'll bring on the punting unit with the loss on the play. Just about 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Liberty trailing 14-0, but the offense showing a little sign of life there. And back deep for the Tigers.
On the near side is...
Oh, looks like Radrian Baltrip and Draylon Miller back there for Silsbee. And now we've got a flag and some whistles. And that's probably going to push the Panthers back.
It is. Okay, so Joe, here's something that is concerning me is Silsbee seems to be uber aggressive, which is great. That's how you're the second team in the ranked second team in the state. But they're being uber aggressive after the play is dead. That's not so good.
Well, you're probably right. Tiger returner standing on their own 40. This time Diego Diaz gets the ball off, but he gets rocked, and that is going to be roughing the kicker back there. And we've got a whole bunch of extracurricular down here, and this is shaping up to be a very chippy ball game.
Yeah, I'm seeing this is the second time that they've taken Whitcliffe down after the whistle.
But
it's going to be the second personal foul against Silsbee.
and they're going to get running into the kicker on against Silsbee, and so that's going to add some yards back.
How was that?
Well, they're going to decline that.
I'm not sure, Joe. I don't understand how that was running into the kicker.
Oh, no, they crushed Diego after he got the ball away. He got crushed by 2.
And it was not one of those situations where the guy was shoved into the kicker.
No, they ran
or he
right
just
into
tapped
him.
onto the kicker. That's an interesting call.
So they're going to, I guess they're not, it's not that they're going to decline it, they're going to tack it on to the end of where the ball landed is what they're going to do. So that is going to be a 1st and 10 for Silsbee from their own about 29-yard line. Mosier in the shotgun. And we're going to have some more movement. And Ross, this is as many penalties as we've seen probably all season in the first quarter.
That's the second procedure penalty against Silsbee, and with 4:30 left in the first quarter. They do have a 14-0 lead, but this is as sloppy as I remember seeing Silsbee play.
Yeah, they are normally pretty clean, although anytime we play them, we've seen a lot of chippiness. That's going to be 1st and 15. Ball moved back to the Silsbee 24-yard line near hash mark. Again, Mosier and Kibbles. This time 7 in motion. He's going to take the ball on the sweep over the right-hand side and still on his feet.
And we're going to have a flag come in.
Finally, Aiden Reed pushing him out, but there is a flag, and that is Radrian Baltrip with the carry.
This is either going to be a personal foul or a hold. And it looks like it's going to be a hold as they're walking back.
Yeah, he's definitely in the direction of Silsbee. And that's exactly what he called, Ross, a hold against the Tigers. So that will push them back to their 23-yard line. So after the pickup, on the end of that, they push them back from there, and that will replay 1st down again, this time 1st down and 16. Mosier in the shotgun, Kibbles to his left. This time he's going to hand it off to Kibbles, looking for a hole. He finds it, and finally getting pulled down by number 4, Devorian Bradford. But Kibbles will pick up plenty for the 1st down, moving the ball all the way up to their 42-yard line. 4:14 to go here in the first quarter. Liberty trailing 14-0.
Size-wise, they have the advantage on Liberty.
And Kibbles again, this time to the left. And he's going to get spilled by Mason Shellhammer at around the 46-yard line. Be just about 5 yards on the pickup, bring up 2nd down and 5, but we do have a Panther that got shaken up with number 2, Tony Denman, and he's going to get up now, so that's good to see. And 21 is going to check in for him, J. Myron Godfrey.
One thing I've seen from the officiating crew that I've liked, not that they've done a bad job, but is they've been blowing the whistle as soon as forward progress has stopped, and that helps a little bit from late hits.
Well, this time the Tigers breaking the huddle, sending 3 men to the right. Draylon Miller all the way on the outside. Kibbles in the backfield with Mosier. And he's going to quickly throw it out to Baldrip. And he's going to spin out of the coverage, and he is off to the races. And no one's going to be able to catch him. And Baltrip is going to score at the 3:18 mark. And that's going to be, we're going to call that a 58-yard touchdown at the 3:18 mark.
I tell you what, Joe, when you have those hands, and it's not just they've done a nice job, and they did a nice job last year on Draylon Miller. The problem is you have to pull a number of guys off to cover Miller.
Arsenault on for the extra point attempt, and we're going to get some contact at the line of scrimmage. That's probably going to be against Liberty. redo that again.
So an offsides penalty. Against the Panthers. 20-0 pending the extra point.
We'll try that again. And while we're waiting for them to fix this, thank you for joining us again. We will be on site for the TVE parade on Wednesday morning.
Oh, I was going to tell you, by the way, like last year, you're going to be on the public address
Oh, is that right?
system.
Okay.
Yeah, that little PA thing. That's what PA stands for, public address.
Arsenault again setting up for the point after attempt. This time it is going to be up and through at the 3:18 mark. Silsbee 21, your Liberty Panthers 0. We'll be right back.
18 seconds left in the first quarter. Liberty Panthers 0, Silsbee Tigers 21. So local scores, Holidays in the Bobcats 0, Love Lady Lions 3.
Welcome back, Panther Nation. You are watching Liberty Panther football on the Liberty Panther Sports Network. 3:18 to go here in the first quarter, and it's been a wild one so far. Silsbee really exercising their offensive strength. We thought it was going to be the Draylon Miller show, and he had a really nice second touchdown ball trip with this most recent iteration of touchdowns. And, man, they've got a stable of great receivers, Ross.
And that's what makes it so difficult. You can isolate Miller, but then you're leaving some other guys.
Not to mention they've got a nice running back in Trey Kibbles as well.
I do not envy
anyone playing them, right. Arsenault high and deep. And that's going to be fielded cleanly at the 15. And he's going to get pulled down very rough. That's Wycliffe, I believe.
No, that's
Mason Shellhammer. I'm sorry. He's going to get pulled down very roughly. I almost thought that was going to be some kind of horse collar there from my vantage point, but the official was standing right on top of that and called nothing. And that is going to be 1st and 10 for the Liberty Panthers at their own 18-yard line near hash mark. Again, 3:13 to go here in the first quarter. Got a lot of cool goings on this week. I believe TVE officially opened up tonight with the wine tasting and all that other business. Is that right, Ross?
That's right. The cook-off. Be out there.
We'll have Leslie Lawrence coming on at halftime, and she's going to talk about all the cool things going on at TVE this year. Mares, shotgun. Fowler back there, and he's going to pull it, get chased down by number 30 and spilled by number 8. We do have a flag on the field.
I would imagine this is
and that was Paul Hope and Tadavian Garrett with a stop.
Maybe it's going to be a sideline.
Yeah, he's going to have a sideline violation. He's giving the get-back signal. And in the last several years, they have really, really harped on that. There have been some serious injuries to officials.
And that's why. It's not just because we're the officials, but that's one of the big areas that UIL is trying to combat because of the serious injuries that can happen to both the player and the coach. Actually, no, there was some signal that there was something against Silsbee.
Well, that's going to replay. Yep. It's going to be second down. And Fowler going to pick up a few yards. Going to get pulled down by number 28, Levin Powell.
I'm falling down on the job, Joe.
That's okay. It's going to be a big carry from Logan Fowler. Be about 7 or 8 yards on that. Bring up 3rd down and short for Liberty. Now on their own 26-yard line, 2:20 and counting here in the first quarter. And it seems like we've been in this first quarter forever, but it also seems like the first quarter's flown by. I don't know what the paradox is.
It's some crazy time warp we're in, Joe. I will say, Fowler last week, 23 yards. He had a carry for 23 yards, made up a good chunk of his 35.
Mares going to call his own number, try to push through the pile and pick up a few yards. He's going to stretch right there at the end. We'll see if the umpire is going to give him that stretch, and it looks like he is.
It's going to be close. You know what we haven't seen this year? Yeah, they're going to give it to him. Up.
That's going to be close. It's going to be really, really close. They may have to bring the chains out.
No.
Nope, they're going to give it.
Okay, so what I was going to say is we have not seen them measure this year.
Yeah, we have not seen them pull the chains out, have we? So that is going to be a first down pickup from Frankie Mares on that second effort, Ross.
It may be some obscure high school record that they've not played in a game in which the chains have been brought onto the field.
It could very well be. Could very well be. Be first down and 10 for Liberty from their own 28-yard line. Mares going to pull it and throw it out to Wycliffe, who's going to field it low and then get immediately popped, led by number 7, Radrian Baltrip, amongst others. And that's going to be, I don't know if he got back to the line of scrimmage or not, but man, he got consumed right away, Wycliffe, and now he's shaken up, as one would think, with about 5 people hitting him at the same time.
Yeah, Joe, I'm not ready to make this statement yet, but we'll see how the rest of the next 10 minutes goes. But
well, he's a super tough young man, and hopefully he can walk this off, shake it off. Morgan, the trainer, out there with him, and that's going to bring up second down and 11, 1-yard loss on the pass as we're waiting for that. 1:10 to go here in the first quarter. Ross?
I'm going to hold off on that for just a minute, because you know how much of a non-homer I am.
I believe that's what I love about you.
Now, I'll eat a donut, maybe drink some Diet Cokes.
Well, a little miscommunication back there. Mares and Garcia bumping into each other, and Mares not able to pick up anything. In fact, it looks like he may have lost 2 yards on the play, or at least a yard. That's going to push the ball back a little bit further and bring up third down and long. Ball now back on the Panther 26-yard line, still near hash. Just about 30 seconds to go here in the first quarter. And what a Friday the 13th that we're experiencing, Ross.
Well, this is going to be a tough matchup, because Silsbee, and I'll say it again and I'll say it a lot, second-ranked team in the state in 4A.
Fowler and Garcia back there in max protect for Frankie Mares. And that's going to be in and out of the hands of Mares, who picks it back up and able to get out of the pocket, and fortunately able to get that ball away, or that would have been another heavy loss on the play. That's going to stop the clock at 6 seconds here in the first quarter. Again, Liberty trailing 21-0, Ross.
I was going to say, Paul Hope, who was one of the defensive linemen that was rushing, did a fantastic job of of pulling up once that ball left Wycliffe's hand. That could have been a big hit on Wycliffe, but he did a very nice job of pulling up on that.
I want to acknowledge that tonight is Teacher Appreciation Night, and the teachers on both sides of the field honored by the stadium announcer and the crowd. Diego Diaz awaits the snap, and he's going to get the punt away, and it's going to hit just on the other side of the 50 and then not do a whole bunch else. But more importantly, it will kill the rest of the clock for the first quarter. So after a quarter of play, your Liberty Panthers trailing Silsbee 21-0. We'll be right back. Welcome back, Panther Nation. You are watching Liberty Panther football on the Liberty Panther Sports Network. Joe Roberts, Ross Norwood, producer Richard Ewing at Memorial Stadium for 9-4A action between the Silsbee Tigers and your Liberty Panthers. After a quarter of play, Liberty trails Silsbee 21-0, and we just saw Diego Diaz punt, and Silsbee taking back over on offense from their side of the 50-yard line. Moser going to hand the ball off, and Miller on his feet breaks out to the left, and he's got a ton of green, cuts back, and that is going to be a 52-yard touchdown run from the Silsbee Tigers, and that's Draylon Miller. So if they can't get the ball in his hands in the air, they're going to let him run the ball, and that's what makes him so dangerous.
He has the speed and the quick burst to get through the line and step over tacklers.
Well, Ross, so far of the 4 touchdowns they scored, 3 of them have been 50-plus, and that just shows the explosive power of this Silsbee Tiger offense. Arsenault with the extra point attempt. That is going to be up and through at 11:44 of the second quarter. Silsbee 28, Liberty 0. We will be right back. Welcome back, Panther Nation. You are watching Liberty Panther football on the Liberty Panther Sports Network. 11:44 to go. Draylon Miller with the 52-yard touchdown run. And, man, I don't know what more we can say about that young man. He is explosive, and I will be super happy when he graduates.
Well, last year, Joe, we had talked about him not being targeted with passes much in that game, but he did run the ball quite a bit.
Well, that is going to put the Liberty Panthers in a, I guess the easiest way to say it is a bit of a hole, trailing by 4 scores here early in the second quarter, and they will be facing yet another kickoff. Arsenault set to kick the ball off back deep for the Panthers. Looks like, let's see if I can catch a number over there, Ross. I can't.
That's Jason Wycliffe.
Okay, he's back. Oh, that's good. And Denman is back out there as well, so that's nice to see. That's going to be fielded cleanly at the 15 by Wycliffe. He cuts back to his left, still on his feet, trying to find some purchase, finally getting pulled down at about the 28-yard line. So a nice little return from Wycliffe, and good to see him back on the field. He took a big shot early on. And they are just really letting a whole bunch of extracurricular go on right now. And, you know, you and I have always strived to not do any disparaging, and not that it's disparaging, but, man, this game could get out of hand if they're not careful.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. And it's not it's not just Silsbee that's getting away with a few things. Liberty's also gotten away with a few that probably should have been extracurriculars.
That's what I mean. Both teams are getting a little chippy, and when you start getting these kinds of scores, that's when the emotions start getting a little hot.
But, Joe, in the same right, when you're Silsbee, you can't go backwards.
That is true. Mares in the shotgun. Fowler back there with him. Wycliffe in motion. And going to fake the pitch to Wick. And Mares keeps the ball. Is going to get hit by number 5 and number 50, Gary White and Kyle Walker. And it looks like he's going to get right back to the line of scrimmage, so that was nice to get back to the line of scrimmage. And they have the ball 2nd down and 10 from their own 29-yard line. And the Liberty Panthers really, and to be fair, every team that has faced Silsbee trying to find answers offensively and defensively.
Ask West Orange start.
Well, yeah. Mares in the shotgun. And Fowler back there with him. This time Fowler takes the ball, tries to find something up left, and met almost immediately by number 5, Gary White. And
here we go.
Saw some punches thrown, and they are going to be on the verge of, I'm guessing they may have to start tossing some people.
I believe that there will be at least one ejection, as Mason Shellhammer's helmet was ripped off right in front of the official, who had already thrown his flag and then used his hat to indicate another foul.
Well, they're going to have to get this sorted out in a hurry. And we said this earlier, and I didn't want to be too prognosticating on that because, again, we try to avoid conjecture and other things that just aren't really part of our job, Ross. But sometimes when you see it, you can't unsee it. And wait for the officials to come to their conclusion about what they saw and what they're going to do. As it stands right now, it's 3rd down and 9. But we'll see, because all this happened after the whistle.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
this
it
is
would
all
be a dead ball
business.
foul.
So the white hat is going to say that's going to go against the Tigers. And that's going to push the ball all the way up to the Panther 45. And really what I saw is after he was on the ground, they kept on piling and they kept on pushing and doing other things. And
Well, the official made the indication on the
so we'll see if there's going to be something
on the personal foul.
Right.
And the hatless head linesman, who had thrown his hat after he had already thrown his flag, walked up to say something to the official.
They're going to call one against Liberty.
And almost there is an ejection. We'll see who. And in almost all of these scrums, it goes both ways.
Right.
But it appears the personal foul against Liberty is going to result in an ejection, although the referee now walking over to talk to Randy Smith, the head coach of Silsbee.
Just waiting to get some confirmation here. Anytime this happens,
It's very difficult because we do not have a wireless microphone
Right.
on the.
we've been to some stadiums where they do mic up the officials, and that's nice when we get that. Now, what I'm seeing right now is I'm seeing some people step off to the side, but I don't know if this young man has been ejected or not, so I'm not going to comment until I know.
Definitely a personnel shift is number 20, Morris. Matson Morris comes into the game. So those will be offsetting penalties, Joe.
Indeed they will. The chain gang had already moved. They had to bring them back. They're going to set the ball on the 30, and they're going to call it 3rd down. Here at the 10:43 mark, a lot of goings on here in this last probably minute and a half, 2 minutes.
And we still have 10 minutes and 43 seconds left in the half.
We've got a bunch of it. So now as we resume play again, 3rd down and long, Mares to his right, going to throw the ball, and a great reception from Jason Wycliffe.
Wow.
That was a really great one-handed snag.
He had to go reach behind him to catch that.
That'll be about an 8-yard pickup for Wycliffe, and 4th down and 2. Ball on the 38-yard line, Ross.
You go for it here, down 28-0.
I would think so. There's really nothing to lose at this point, and I do not see Diego Diaz making his way onto the field. So either they're going to try and get them to jump offside, or they're actually going to go for it, and I would assume that they're going to actually go for it here.
I would think so.
Mares in the shotgun. Garcia back there with him, lead blocking for him. Mares gets across the line, and he is going to pick up enough for the 1st down. And a great call from the Panther offensive coordinator there. And that's going to be all the way up to the 40, I'm going to call it the 47-yard line. 1st and 10 for Liberty. Nice lead blocking from Garcia to spring Mares for the 1st down, Ross.
Yeah, the play caller, Clayton Smith, the offensive coordinator, did a great job. That was perfect. That's the best run we've really seen. Kind of caught Silsbee off guard.
We're going to get some call going on here. Mares. And this time he is going to give the ball to Garcia. And a moment of clarity right there. He's going to bowl over number 20, Matson Morris. And that's a big run for Garcia. Only picked up a yard, but that was a tough yard to pick up. Don't normally see him lower his shoulder like that. It's about 9 minutes to go. 2nd down and 9 for Liberty. Far hash mark. Liberty Panthers trying to milk a little clock here and perhaps give their defense a bit of a rest whilst finding the scoreboard. Mares gonna pull that ball and throw it to Wycliffe. Reception. Wycliffe still on his feet, gets pushed out of bounds by number 15, and that's LaMarcus Botley. But that is going to be a 1st down for Liberty. And so the last couple of plays, Liberty offense waking up a bit.
Mares executed that pass with precision, hitting Wycliffe in stride, allowing him to keep going forward and pick up that 1st down.
1st and 10 for the Panther offense from the Tiger 36-yard line. And Ross, this may be the first time they've been in Tiger territory.
I believe so.
Mares, Garcia in the backfield with him. And Garcia takes the ball, and he's going to get immediately stopped, led by number 30, Paul Hope. And that's going to be a loss of a yard or so on the play. We have 2nd down, and well, they're going to say a loss of 2. 2nd down and 12. About 8:15 to go here in the 2nd quarter. Liberty trails 28-0.
Well, they focused on taking out 2 offensive linemen and were able to flood through, and there was really no chance of that play developing. You keep thinking maybe a play action here.
Perhaps.
With a pump fake to buy a little bit of time.
Mares going to fake the pitch, cuts back up inside, and he'll pick up a couple.
Oh, have I ever mentioned I'm terrible about predicting what play may be coming next?
Going to get pulled down by a host of Tigers.
Among other things I'm not really good at.
Led by number 5, Gary White, number 15, LaMarcus Botley. And going to bring up 3rd down in about 8 or so. So Mares picks up about 3 or 4 on the carry. 7:15 to go here in the 2nd quarter. Panthers in Tiger territory for the first time tonight. And Mares follows through, looking deep. And that is going to be picked off by number 2, who gets into the end zone and then brings it out, still on his feet at the 25-30. And finally getting pushed out of bounds at about the 37-yard line. And that is Jonah. Nope, that is not Jonah Brown. I don't have a number 2 over here, do I? No, maybe on the backside. Nope, don't have a number 2. Unless that was number 3. Well, if it was number 2, I don't have it. If it was number 3, that was Jonah Brown. That's the best I can do. At the 6:50 mark, the Panthers with the interception. And that wasn't a terrible play call.
No, that was really good, and it was close to not being an interception. That was the most time that Mares has had all night.
Well, 1st and 10 after the interception return. A 38-yard return for them. And the Tigers bouncing outside, and that's Kibbles with the carry. And he'll pick up a 1st down on the carry. It'd be about a 14-yard pickup. And now the Tigers back into Panther territory. They'll be on the Panther 48-yard line, far hash mark. And away we go, right, Ross?
Away we go. Panther band lining up for their performance at halftime. They're on the track behind the scoreboard.
Mosier under center. And there's going to be some contact along the line.
And a nice somersault by, well, I don't have that number either.
And they're going to call that offsides with contact against the Panther defense.
Yeah, I suspected that was what happened by the way the offensive lineman did a somersault there.
Be pushed up 5 yards, 1st and 5 for the Tigers, now on the Liberty 43-yard line. Still far hash mark. Mosier staying under center. Checking down. This time going to hand the ball to Kibbles. Up the middle, breaks out to the right, finds a hole, gets through a tackler. Wycliffe trying to pull him down, getting thrown off, finally getting pulled down by Bradford at about the 7-yard line or so.
Really nice job by the Silsbee offensive line on the blocking there, allowing him to keep going by throwing some pretty good blocks.
Going to bring up 1st and goal for the Tigers at the 5:45 mark here in the second quarter. Again, halftime coming up. We'll get to watch both bands perform, and we'll have Leslie Lawrence up here with us and we'll talk about TVE that got kicked off tonight.
Oh, I thought you were going to say got kicked out tonight.
No.
It's like, how do you kick the entire event out?
No news. Mosier to Kibbles and up the middle, and he's going to drag Lane Taylor for about 3 yards before Taylor finally pulls him down at about the 3-yard line. 2nd down and goal for the Tigers.
Pepper Dubose there. Dubose. Why in the world do I want to keep saying that? Dubose almost had him. Had a hold of his leg, but
I don't know if the Panthers have 11 guys out there. No, they've only got 10 men out there.
yeah, there is one missing.
Well, that's going to be Kibbles up the middle for a touchdown. And did I count incorrectly, Ross?
I counted 10 as
they
well.
only had 10 on the field, and the Tigers take advantage of that at the 4:59 mark. Silsbee scoring, Kibbles with a 3-yard touchdown run. And as it stands before the extra point, Silsbee 34, Liberty 0. Arsenault on for the extra point attempt.
I saw you counting, so I started counting.
Well, I'm glad. Arsenault is going to be up and through, and that's going to be good. 4:59 to go here in the second quarter. Your Liberty Panthers trail the Silsbee Tigers 35-0, and we will be right back.
4 minutes, 59 seconds.
Welcome back, Panther Nation. You're watching Liberty Panther football on the Liberty Panther Sports Network. 4:59 to go here in the second quarter. Trey Kibbles with the 3-yard touchdown run, and Colby Arsenault with the extra point attempt.
Another game has broken out in the south end zone behind the goalpost. Bunch of kids.
And right now, sorry about that. I was checking some scores. Looks like Mr. Guidry sending us an update. It's 7-0 at halftime. West Orange, Stark, and Bridge City. And the way he's got it worded, it looks like Bridge City is leading West Orange Stark 7-0. Again, 4:59 to go here in the second quarter. Colby Arsenault set to kick the ball off to the Panthers. And our beautiful guest is already up here standing next to us, the lovely Leslie Lawrence. Say that 20 times fast, right? And that's going to be deep and still on his feet. And finally getting stopped, and that's going to be, looks like it's going to be about the 12, 13-yard line for the Liberty Panthers. I believe that was Mason Shellhammer.
You're correct.
And get another look at the Panther offense here in the waning moments of the first half. I want to take this time to thank our sponsors again, see Bruce Stratton and Christina Varela-Crisco, as well as Michelle Mangum Marandino. Without sponsors, broadcasts like this not possible. And again, if you haven't checked out our AV trailer, you need to come by and check out the AV trailer, see all the cool things that our AV students are doing on broadcasts like this. And if you're interested in sponsoring broadcasts, whether it's other sports or football,
we can also snell,
dude. We can
sell
a lot.
snow cones. The English language is hard, Joe.
Yeah, contact Richard Ewing at rewing@libertyisd.net, and we'll get that taken care of. And I see over here we got another Liberty, what do you call that? Liberty superstar. Your pop is right over here. He likes to do.
Oh, okay. I thought you were
games.
saying injured player, but it's not. Liberty's taking a timeout with 4:47.
Oh, we're going to stay here. Well, Ross, I know we said we're going to do this at halftime, but and we'll still do it at halftime. We are going to be doing the TVE parade on Wednesday, and we'll be live streaming that. And did you say I was the PA announcer?
Yeah, the public address announcer. I don't know, Joe. But the public address announcer, PA is short for public address announcer.
I get that. Hashtag I get it. I got it.
Okay.
This guy over here. Who hired this guy? I don't know. Man, you're supposed to
checks keep bouncing.
You're supposed to let me have the job where I sit there. Yeah, you make a face. Make a face. Anyway, here we go. Back to the offense. 4:47 to go here in the second quarter. Mares in the shotgun. Back in the backfield with him. Anthony Garcia takes the ball, and he is going to get met vehemently in the backfield. Number 5 with the takedown, Gary White. And that's going to lose a couple on the play. Bring up second down and long. Ball pushed back to the 10-yard line of the Liberty Panthers.
So the kids playing in the south end zone do have a ball. I wasn't sure.
They do.
Because at first it looked like they were throwing an imaginary ball.
We got multiple games going on here, guy. That's how we do it. That's how we roll.
Incomplete pass in the south end zone behind the goalpost.
And that's going to be Mares, and wisely, that was maybe one of the smartest things I've seen a receiver do. Wycliffe is over there, and he just pushed the ball down and out of bounds, knowing that if he caught that, he was going to take a hammer.
And it wouldn't have counted.
It wouldn't have counted anyway, so that was a smart play. Mares getting out of trouble, rolling to his left. That's going to stop the clock at 4:02 and bring up third down and about 12 for the Panthers. Waiting for this play to get underway. Mares back in the shotgun, and Anthony Garcia to his right. Mares rolling to his right, going to fire the ball right into the hands of Jason Wycliffe, who catches the ball.
Immediately gets hit.
Immediately.
But he holds on to it.
That was a great reception from the junior receiver, and that's going to be close to a first down.
And good coverage by the Silsbee defensive back.
And this time they are not going to go for it on fourth down. They will bring the punting unit on fourth and short as they are on their own 21-yard line. 3:30 and counting here in the second quarter. And back deep for the Tigers, Baltrip and Miller standing just on the other side of the 50-yard line. Be a low bouncer back to Diego Diaz, but he gets one off. It's high, and it's going to hit at the 40 and take a very big Panther bounce.
And a great job by the back judge to spin out of the way.
And that's going to be number 39, Ryan Monk, downing the ball for the Liberty Panthers. And that's going to be probably the best punt of the evening for Diego Diaz, putting the Tiger offense back on their own 25-yard line, far hash mark. Just under 3 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Panthers trail 35-0. Ross?
I was just going to say, Ryan Monk had a great game last week.
Well, I thought you were going to keep on talking, Ross. You just stopped on me. What's going on there?
Oh, was I supposed to keep going?
I was prepared for more commentary.
Well, you said be pithy.
Okay. All right.
Whatever that means.
Mosier this time kibbles right-hand side, finds a gap, and hurdles a Panther defender. And finally, Tony Denman pulling him down at the Panther 33-yard line. And Kibbles is just, well, he's something special.
He is, and he's
looking at him. He's a senior. Indeed. Thank goodness. Well, the good thing about Silsbee is their head coach has put together a great program, and they seem to continue to pump out the athlete factory, which is good for them.
They've always had a good program.
Moser shotgun this time. Going to pitch the ball out quickly to number 2. And again, we don't have a number 2 on here. I'm assuming
got a late flag.
It's going to be Jonah Brown. And we do have a flag. We'll see what that is.
Came in by the umpire.
I'm going to have to go check my my roster.
I mean, it is possible, Joe. I'm the one that pipes all this stuff in that I missed it.
I'm not going to throw you under the bus, buddy. I love you so much.
And that's going to go against the Panthers. It'll be a personal foul. It looked like some issue after the play.
And we got an update over here. Hampshire 34, Hardin Jefferson 6, and we've got 4 minutes left in the second quarter. So thank all of our Panther fans who give us these updates. Love to hear that. And that's going to push the Panthers even further back on their heels. Be first and goal from the Panthers' 7-yard line for the Tiger offense. Mosier and Kibbles in the backfield again. And Kibbles right-hand side breaks up the middle, and he's going to step right in. And we've got a helmet on the ground. It's a Tiger helmet.
That's not supposed to happen.
No, that's number 16 who's missing a helmet, Traylon Dill. But I don't see any call or anything like that. So as it stands at the 138 mark, Kibbles with the touchdown run, 7-yard touchdown run. And they are going to be leading 41-0. The extra point from Marcineau coming up. So that's odd that there's a helmet on the ground and there's no commentary from the officials.
Well, and that it's
going to be up and through at the 138 mark. And we've got some more extracurricular out here. 138 mark, the Silsbee Tigers 42, Liberty 0.
I hate to predict because I'm always wrong, but I do believe that may be going against Liberty.
Well, we'll take a quick timeout, and we'll be right back after this. Welcome back, Panther Nation. You're watching Liberty Panther football on the Liberty Panther Sports Network. 1:38 to go here in the second quarter. Liberty trailing 42-0. Trey Kibbles with a 7-yard touchdown run. And, man, it has been the I don't even know whose show it's been so far. The Silsbee Tigers have manifested weaponry all over Draylon Miller, Trey Kibbles, and as well as number 7, Radrian Baltrip. And Mosier has been fairly accurate with all of his passes downfield. They're a handful, and we knew that coming in. You mentioned it. They are the number 2 ranked team in the state of Texas, and they are looking every bit the number 2 ranked team.
And that personal foul, the unsportsmanlike conduct on Liberty, is going to cause the ball to be kicked from the Silsbee 45-yard line. Watch for an onside kick here.
I would think so, but at the same time, with this big of a lead, you would think maybe don't do that, but who knows? Who knows? Arsenault set to kick the ball off, and he is going to boom this ball, and it's going to hit in the back of the end zone and go out. And the Liberty Panthers will have a 1st and 10 to start most likely their final offensive possession of the half. Again, coming up at halftime, we'll be able to watch the Liberty Mighty Panther Band as well as the Silsbee Tiger Band. And then we'll have our special guest, Leslie Lawrence, who'll be talking to us about TVE and all the cool stuff. And I see a flag on the field, Ross.
Yeah, at about the 45, the Silsbee 45. There's 2 45s, Joe.
There's 2 of them.
Yeah.
All day long.
And each one's on one side of the 50, one's on the other side of the 50. I hate to have to explain this to you.
Well, I'm glad you did, because had you not, who knows what I would be working with right now. Well, as it stands, the ball is on the 30-yard line.
Which means there was
something against Silsbee.
Correct, probably offsides.
Well, that's going to be 1st and 10 for the Panthers. And Mares under center, going to hand the ball off to Anthony Garcia, who's going to get caught in the backfield by number 30, Paul Hope. It'll be a loss on the play. Bring up 2nd down and long for Liberty. And the clock's going to continue to run just about 1:20 and counting here in the 2nd quarter. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play. 2nd down and 12. Again, thank you if you're joining us right now, or if you've been with us for the entirety of the broadcast. I want to thank our friends from Silsbee. If you're checking in with us, you're watching Liberty Panther football on the Liberty Panther Sports Network. 2nd down and 12 for the Liberty offense. Mares under center. And this time going to hand the ball off to Garcia, who's going to give up the ball, but right there for the coverage, number 76, Keenan Clevenger, I believe. Nope, I'm sorry. No, that is Keenan Clevenger. And that was a quick attack. As soon as Garcia had the ball, he had Tigers in his face, and that's going to be probably a 7-yard loss on the play. Bring up 3rd down and extremely long. Under 30 seconds to go here in the 2nd quarter.
They do have to snap it one more time.
Under center, Mares, and he can hand the ball off again to Garcia, and he's going to get pulled down. And that's going to be number 50 with the tackle, and that's Kyle Walker. And that's most likely going to do it for the half as the clock continues to tick away. And that's exactly what's going to happen. After a half of play here at Memorial Stadium, your Liberty Panthers trailing the Silsbee Tigers 42-0. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have coverage of the bands and our special guest, Leslie Lawrence. We'll be right back. Welcome back, Panther Nation. You are watching Liberty Panther football on the Liberty Panther Sports Network. It's halftime at Memorial Stadium. Silsbee Tigers in town for 9-4A action, currently leading 42-0. And right now we've got the band action going on. The Silsbee Tiger Band on the field. And then after them, we'll have our Mighty Panther Band, who is, by the way, headed to marching contest tomorrow at P&G. They'll be marching at 1:45. Our very own Richard Ewing with his baby boy there to support the Liberty Panther Band. Now, while we're listening to the amazing Tiger Band, Ross Norwood, I've got Leslie Lawrence here for you, and let's talk about some TVE.
Leslie, good
Ross,
to see you.
good to see you.
It's been ages.
It's been since
What,
last
last
Friday.
Still, that's a long time.
It was a long time. It's been a long week.
It has been. Thanks for coming up.
Yeah.
And you've now, not that you're ever not in high gear, but really kicking it into ludicrous speed this week with
Yeah.
the TVE. Tell us a little bit about
Yeah.
what's coming up, what's going on this weekend.
So this weekend we have our baby parade on Saturday at 10 a.m. The baby parade is one of the oldest. It actually started in 1909.
Wow.
Trinity Valley's
And-
TVE baby parade, our own baby parade, yes.
I knew it had been around a couple of years, but I did not realize that it
Yeah,
was the oldest.
yeah, it's been a while. We have 15 entries this year, which is great. Walking, riding, large floats, and it's board games is the theme. So that's going to start at 10 a.m. It's an awesome thing to be a part of and see. So, we'd love for the community to come out and watch that.
And they can hear your voice.
Yes, I got to take over for the infamous Sandra Sterling last year. And they told me if I was going to do it, I was signing on for 40 years, just like she did. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, that's one of those jobs where, hey, just come help us out for a minute.
Yeah.
40 years
hey,
later.
Can you do this for us?
40 years later. Oh, it'd be fun, they say.
Yeah. So I do the baby parade and the opening day parade, which is Wednesday the 18th. And that kicks off all of TVE.
And we'll be there.
I know. Yeah. So y'all set up in front of like Boot Barn area.
Yes.
Yeah. And then I'm in front of Jack's. So you have it broadcast for everyone to listen to.
And then, it'll be on the same bat channel, same bat place. I don't know.
Same bat channel, not same bat time, though.
No,
not
it's
Friday
not.
nights. It'll be Saturday morning.
Correct.
Wednesday morning, 10 a.m.
Oh, now you've got me confused.
I know, right? Now everybody's confused. Okay.
Okay, back to the TVE.
Yes.
So you have the events going on, concert dance.
Concert
tomorrow
dance
night?
is tomorrow night, and that's Dawson Drake and Creed Fisher. So Dawson Drake, a local here to Liberty, his career's really taken off, and he's going to be doing part of the concert dance for us.
So that's Saturday. Tickets still available?
Tickets
and where
are
do
still
people-
available. They can get them online, I think, up till midnight tonight for $20, and then at the gate tomorrow night for $25 for the concert dance.
So if they're sitting at home tonight,
Yeah.
they're trying to figure out what they're going to do on the weekend. They decide they're not going out of town. They can buy at the last minute.
They can buy at the last minute. Yeah, sure can. And it's it's really fun. Dawson and Creed both play great music. So, come out, bring a chair, or dance, either way.
And is that going to be in the arena?
No, it's in what they call the pavilion. So the covered area with the stage right off the arena.
Okay, the old sheep pens.
Yeah, the old sheep pens. Wow, that's taking
We're going
back.
We're going back
Wow,
to when we were about knee high.
Yeah.
Done an incredible job. The TVE has growing bigger and bigger every year.
Bigger, and this year is, so we've been PRCA in the past. This year it's going to be for collegiate athletes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so collegiate, they're calling it a collegiate shootout. So we'll have athletes from all over the state, all over the country actually, that will get to come and participate, win money, win trophies. So it's going to be really interesting, our first year to do that.
Oh, that's interesting. I did not realize that it had moved away from PRCA.
Yep.
Now, when do the rodeos start?
So the first rodeo is just like Wednesday, opening day. The first rodeo is Wednesday night at 7 p.m.
Okay. Is there something on Tuesday night?
There is not. They used to have the ranch rodeo or just a full bull riding, but they're not doing that. It'll all start Wednesday night.
And then they had been doing the bull riding on Wednesdays.
But
now that you've got the new group, they're going to take.
Yeah,
Wednesday
it'll be a
through
full rodeo Wednesday through Saturday. So the 18th through the 21st.
Okay. Tell people how they get tickets.
Okay. So they can purchase tickets online at tvefair.com. It's $10 for an adult Wednesday and Thursday, $5 for children, then it's $15 for an adult Friday and Saturday. But that gets you into the rides, the rodeo, everything to see, the animals, all that. So exposition hall for shopping. So you're $15 or $10. It gets you into the whole grounds, even into the rodeo. So you don't have to buy 2 separate tickets.
So we've got a lot of people that may be new to the area. Tell them why and what purpose the TVE serves.
Yeah. So the TVE is for Liberty County and surrounding areas, and all the kids get to come in and they show their animals, they bake home goods, they raise plants, they have a welding division, they do all kinds of things. And your money, when you come out and you pay to get a ticket or you pay to get in and go ride the rides, that money helps benefit the children for scholarships. I don't have an exact number for what we gave them last year. I do know it was one of the highest that we've given.
And it does seem like through y'all's hard work, every year it gets bigger and bigger.
Yeah, it is really growing. I mean, TVE has really just kind of bloomed, if you want to say, over the years. We have Chambers County that competes now. Harris County comes and competes. It's not just Liberty County anymore. It's become such a big, greatly organized function that everyone wants to come and be a part of this.
It reminds me that I need to go learn English. There's something though that's kind of the crowning moment, if you will. Probably not the right word. On Friday. Tell us what happens Friday morning?
Yeah, Friday morning, 9:30 a.m. So all the kids that show market animals, market swine, market beef, rabbits, chickens, anything that is lambs, they all put those up for sale. And all our local businesses, they come and they bid on these animals. And those kids get that money and it goes towards their college funds. And we're talking thousands that help these kids really pursue their dreams. And that starts at 9:30 a.m. for registration if you want to come out and bid on an animal. I know a lot of people come out and they'll go in together and bid on a steer.
Yeah, you may not you want to support, but you may only be able to do a portion. And so you get 5, 6, 10 people.
And you have to think about the time and money these kids and parents are putting into these animals. I mean, they're buying them feed, they're buying shampoo for their hair. They're putting in a lot of work. This is not an overnight thing. They've been working all year on this.
And it's again, it's rain, sleet, hail, snow, hurricanes.
No matter what, it goes on.
Christmas morning.
Right, yeah. So the live auction is 9:30 a.m. That's for any child that has made the sale. So top 10 animals, okay? Then at 5, they have what they call the freezer sale. This is for kids that may not have made the sale, but they'd like to recoup some of their earnings, and it gives the community a chance to also participate and support all the children. So you can show up to that and do the freezer sale.
Now, if somebody is interested in supporting beyond the purchasing of the ticket, and they want to buy something at the auction or at least go in, but they don't really have anybody that they want to partner with.
Yeah.
Is there a way that they can still contribute to the auction?
They do have what's called the 100 Club, and that they are always set up right outside the TVE office, and you can go by there. It's a $100 donation, or if you would like to donate more, and that gets you into what they call the 100 Club, and there are some perks with that, hats and stuff, and it's just a good feeling knowing that you're helping support.
What do they do with the money that they pulled up?
All the money that they raise goes towards, a portion of it goes towards the kids, but then it also goes towards the upkeep of the grounds. It goes towards, all the bills that the grounds have, because this TVE Fairgrounds runs all year. It's open all year to anyone. So those funds are allocated correctly, and the board of directors is great, in making sure that everyone is taken care of in the way that they need to be.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
And it's a lot of work by some of the staff at TVE, but for people that might be new to our area, there are a lot of volunteers.
There's a lot there. There's volunteers for everything. There's volunteers for the baby parade. There's volunteers for the barbecue cook-off, which is going on this weekend. There are volunteers for the opening day parade on Wednesday. You have grounds volunteers that help spread dirt or take trash out, or almost everything that goes on this week is a volunteer-ran organization or group that is helping everything take place.
It's incredible the amount of work that it takes, and it's not just for the week or 2 or 3 leading up. It's
That's right.
year-round.
It's
These
year-round.
Committees meet, plan, and execute their plan for a number of things. And people can volunteer. Anybody can.
You can. Anybody can volunteer. They do try to have a cutoff date for the volunteers, because if you volunteer, it's a $25 volunteer fee, but that gets you a parking pass and 2 tickets each night to the rodeo. So if you add that up, you're already winning, because it's going to cost you more than $25 to pay for all that. So.
And if you're going to throw down $25, you're going to be incentivized to actually do it.
Yep.
Whereas in the past years, long ago, you could get on a committee and step foot out on day one. So that kind of gives a little bit of an incentive, and you do get some nice perks. You do, and it's a I paid my $25 this year to be an announcer at the parades, and I'm excited, and you feel good at the end of the week. You're exhausted. You are exhausted at the end of the week, but you feel good because you helped your community, you helped the kids, you helped an organization continue on for years to come. So. And there's stuff going on Wednesday, of course, the big opening day. The schools in the area out.
Yes, and they have the carnival. So the carnival opens at 12 p.m. on Wednesday, and then Thursday and Friday 5 p.m. and Saturday 10 a.m. and then every night it closes at 10 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah.
So get your rides in. They have games. They have food.
Take your kids out, ride a ride, get some lemonade, get a extra long corn dog, or what do they call those potatoes that are like tornado taters, or I don't know, something like that.
Or my favorite, candied apples.
Oh yeah, candied apples.
Sarah likes those.
Yeah.
My sister, Sarah.
Yeah, we're talking like it's just me and you.
Yeah.
We forget there's people listening to us. Yeah. There's lots of great food vendors. Simply Country's out there. I think El Chapo Taquisas, they're out there with the great street tacos. Ma and Pa's that has the boudin tamales. Oh, that's my favorite.
That's probably going to be the first thing I try, because I've heard about them, but had never tried it.
You got to get the chili and cheese on them, but they're so good. Yeah. And each night at the rodeo is dress-up nights too. So
okay, we'll go through the dress-up.
So Wednesday night is to wear your favorite college colors. Thursday night is back the blue. Friday night is pink out, and Saturday night is red, white, and blue.
Okay. Yeah. So kind of another thing to get people involved as far as feeling some.
Yeah. I love going. I love watching the rodeo. The announcer does a great job. They always have a top-notch clown that puts on great entertainment.
Well, I just say the announcer, a Hall of Famer, Charlie Throckmorton, and if you have never heard him perform, this is a guy that's been around the business for a long time, enough to get into the Hall of Fame. Not just been around, but in the Hall of Fame. And he knows these cowboys.
Yeah, he's done it for quite a while.
So we're going to get the Liberty Band coming on, Leslie. Thank you so much for joining us. And very exciting for the TVE. I'm sure we'll see you on Wednesday morning.
Yeah, you'll see me.
And then throughout the rest of the week. Yes.
Thank you so much,
Good luck, and thank you for volunteering.
Thanks.
Coach Robert, let's do a practice here.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the 2023-2024 Liberty High School Prancers Trip Team. The Prancers are under the direction of Lauren King, and Kendricks is their assistant director. and gentlemen, we are proud to present the Mighty Panther Marching Band under the full direction of drum majors Lexi Chaparo and Ellie Hill. This evening, the band presents their 2023 halftime show Bounce, featuring trombone soloist William Healy and trumpet soloist Taylor Esquino. The section of the week is the baritone section.
Welcome back, Panther Nation. You are watching Liberty Panther football on the Liberty Panther Sports Network. Joe Roberts, Ross Norwood, producer Richard Ewing. We are coming out of halftime, about 2 minutes to go, and the Liberty Panthers trailing 42-0. You just watched the Liberty Panther, Mighty Panther Band as they are getting ready for their final tune-up for marching contest tomorrow. Going to be headed down to P&G, and they're going to be marching at 1:45. Producer Richard Ewing going to be down there. I'm sure he's probably going to post some action of their contest. His youngest, Dylan, in the marching band, so get a good shot at that. Mr. Sean Smith, the director for the Mighty Panther Band, doing a fine job with those young kids. And now Silsbee Tigers making their way back onto the field. Just awaiting the Liberty Panther football team to see what kind of adjustments Coach Lackey and his staff have made coming out of halftime. And so far, it has been all Silsbee the entire first half. Mosier, the quarterback, with multiple targets. Kibbles, the running back, as well as Baltrip and Miller. And they have really put their fingerprint on this game so far. Again, under a minute to go here at halftime. Liberty Panthers trailing 42-0. This is a 9-4A contest. Liberty 1-6 on the season, getting their first win last week on the road at Sour Lake, defeating Hardin Jefferson 20-16 with a last-minute touchdown to do that. And now, kind of coming back down to earth just a wee little bit, as most anyone would do if they were facing the number 2 ranked team in the entire state of Texas. Next week, the Liberty Panthers are going to be going into their bye, and then after that, they will be on the road at Hampshire Finette.
Last road game of the year.
Last road game of the year, yes. And then they'll be hosting Brigham City the following week, and that will be senior night, I believe.
Be the last regular season game.
Indeed it will be. Right now, Silsbee leading 9-4A. They're in first place. That will not change after tonight, barring some sort of miracle on the scoreboard, which I can't say that I can't say that I haven't seen it. It is Friday the 13th, so you never know. You never know.
But being realistic.
And realistically speaking, probably with this, if they end up going on and winning this game, that probably mathematically will eliminate Liberty from the postseason, although I can't confirm that. You said you're going to get an answer for me on that, Ross, so we'll see. So if I said something wrong, I'm going to blame it on you.
Look, I don't have Gene Dias, the Gene Dias of
I don't know what you're trying to say to me, but the third quarter getting set to get underway. Arsenault, the kicker, going to be kicking off to Liberty. They'll be receiving on the south end of the field. Ross, take it away.
All righty. Well, looks like Jason Wycliffe on the far side return man. Tony Denman is the near side. This ball angling to the sideline, fielded at the 15 by Wycliffe. Wycliffe comes across the 20. He's wrapped up, spun down, but forward progress stopped. On the first play of the second half.
That'll be number 16, Traylon Dill on the stop for the Tigers.
Saw Richard Ewing up here earlier.
Yeah, he was freaking out our student technical director because he was remotely operating from his phone, and she was having a hard time comprehending how the mouse could work without anyone operating the mouse.
Well, that's one way to do it.
That's one way to do it.
I can remember the first time I ever walked into an office and saw the computer working. So the Panther offense comes on the field. They have had a rough night of it. The Silsbee defensive line has allowed the linebackers into the backfield, and they are cramming the box here. Mares is going to hand this one off to Garcia. Garcia running across the 20, and he is going to be taken down at about the 23-yard line.
The Paul Hope with a stop for the Tigers, and we have called his name a ton, Ross.
He's been involved in quite a few plays tonight. Everybody getting a breather at halftime. As the Panthers come back to the line, second down. About 7 for the Panthers. Mares with Garcia to his left. He rolls right and throws to Whitcliffe. Hits Whitcliffe. Whitcliffe makes the catch, steps out of bounds at the 30-yard line. The the Liberty 30-yard line. And by rolling out right, I meant he rolled out left.
Well, I was off on
that right.
I was side questing for a light while you were doing that, so I have no idea if you were right or left.
What's my name?
Monty. No, not Monty. You're talking now. You can't be Monty.
First down and 10. Mares takes the snap. No, he's going to hold on to it. He rolls left, finds Denman on the sideline. Denman is knocked out of bounds at the Liberty 34-yard line.
You know, I said I was going to check my my records, and I didn't. Starting the fourth quarter, and it is 14-7 West Orange start between them and Bridge City. A close one down there.
Yeah, Bridge City supposed to be pretty good this year. Much improved off of last year. And it's second down and about 6 to go for Liberty. Ball is at the 34-yard line of Liberty. Frankie Mares fakes the handoff to Garcia. He's running down the right side, the left sideline, steps out of bounds, and right and left again. It's tricky. And that is a big pickup for Frankie Mares.
Probably the best play of the night for the Panther offense, and he fooled everyone on that play.
I have no idea why I keep saying he's going right.
Well, I don't know.
That ball is now in Silsbee territory at the 42-yard line on the near hash. And that's something that they struggled with, throwing off Gaines.
Number 2 is Caleb Gaines. Okay, so we didn't have him on our board. Let me write that down before I forget that.
Mares in the shotgun. Now he rolls right, looks downfield, pressure. He's hit as he throws, and he throws this one away out of bounds on the Silsbee sideline, the far sideline.
Can you read that, Ross?
Something Gaines.
Okay. Well, I didn't want to give you chicken scratch there.
9:53, the clock stopped in the third quarter. Liberty trails Silsbee 42-0.
Well, I didn't get to listen to the interview that you were doing with Leslie, so I presume it went well.
Well, she didn't throw me off the top of the press box.
Hey, that's a win. It's a win in my book.
Second down and 10. Ball still on the near hash mark at the 42-yard line of Silsbee. Mares gets the snap. He goes straight forward, and he is going to gain a yard on second down. And that was to Davion Garrett. As the clock will continue to move, third down. And it should be about 8.
Going to thank our fans for tuning in with us, Ross, and any of our friends from Silsbee who might be watching.
Mares, Garcia to Mares' left, and looks like some Panthers got a head start there.
Yep, they tell me that only one person can move at a time.
Yeah, they don't typically like when multiples move.
Well, this isn't Canadian football, right?
Yeah, that was always, you remember watching that on
oh yeah,
in the early 90s before?
Kind of felt a little naughty watching that. I feel like I was cheating on American football. I don't know. It's fun to watch, though.
You remember indoor soccer?
I do remember indoor soccer. That's about the only soccer I can play anymore.
Third down after the loss as Mares rolls left, under pressure, throws. Going up for it is Jonah Brown, and it's a little too high. He got his fingertips on it, but it falls down harmlessly, and that'll bring up fourth down as Diego Diaz-Ramirez will come out on to punt the ball. Ball is at the Silsbee 45-yard line.
You know what I didn't mention, Ross? I didn't mention that on Thursday, my varsity cross-country boys qualified to head to region on October 24th. They were the third-place team in District 24A, And they'll be headed to regionals at Sam Houston State University.
A bunch of them.
A bunch of 8 of them.
Had personal records as this ball is kicked. The kick is off, angling to the near sideline as it lands at the 20, takes a Silsbee bounce, and is going to be killed at the 22-yard line.
Yeah,
we're going to say 21.
Everyone running on the day had a PR, a personal record. Super proud of them. Had 2 of them running in the 18s. Actually, no, had 3 of them running in the 18s, and then a couple in the 19s, and that was as fast as they've run all year long. Really, really proud of those boys. And they'll be running at 12:15 on October 24th at Kate Bar Ross State Park. And if you want to go watch them, it's $10 to park, unless you're driving a clearly marked school vehicle. Then it's free.
Did they say what is this ball is going to be handed off, and he is going to get beat into the ground, and that was Jonah Brown.
Brody Rawlinson stepping up for the Panthers with a stop. So finally, we've got the correct number 2 name,
and
we've been
Jonah
calling
Brown
Jonah
starts
Brown.
running the ball. Mosier.
I'm going to apologize if you were listening and you were screaming into your TV. That's not Jonah Brown. We've got it fixed for you.
We were close, I formation. Brown, the deep back. Hand off to Brown. Brown runs left. He's across the line of scrimmage. Flag down as he is taken out of bounds after a nice pickup.
Number 9, Cade Jordan with a stop for Liberty. And we've got an injured Panther on the ground, Ross. See if I can catch a bead on that.
So it was 2nd and long as they had lost a yard on the previous play. Ball is at the 25-yard line of Silsbee currently. But presumably,
it looks like that's number 70, Ethan Tully, on the ground down there, Ross.
But presumably we're going to have a 10-yard mark off against Silsbee, just judging where that flag came in.
Oh, no, that's 76.
Be a hold.
Clevenger. As soon as our producer whispered in my ear that was 76, then I saw Ethan over on the sideline. Clevenger has been a Panther player that we've called a bunch this season. Seems to be around the ball pretty constantly.
It's going to be a personal foul, a chop block, and it's against Liberty. So, man,
you don't often see that too much on defense.
That's the 2nd time it's happened this year.
I believe so, yeah.
So instead of what I said.
Well, if we were playing a game called Instead of What I Said, I think both of us would cause many people to be winners.
You were talking about your cross-country runners, and we had discussed doing a little halftime program where you got to talk about it. But you avoided my phone calls today. Ball going to be handed off. It looks like to Brown. Brown still on his feet across the 50-yard line on the far hash mark. And that is going to be Kyle
Arian.
That's
the ball carrier for Silsbee. A host of Panthers down there. Number 40, Lane Taylor. Number 9, Cade Jordan. Clock continuing to run here in the 3rd quarter.
Well, I guess I'm supposed to talk.
You should be talking. Big shout out to our crew tonight. Jackson Kelly, Seth Stewart, Grant Burgos, Alejandro Minivar, Eduardo Mata, Victoria McMillan.
Mosier hands this ball off again to Brown. Brown loses his footing as he comes across the line of scrimmage, regains it, still on his feet. A whole scrum there as he is finally brought down. Forward progress stopped at the Liberty 30-41 yard line. The 30-41 yard line.
Well, you know, that's I know it's a little thing right there, and I enjoyed seeing that number 3 Brown. He got tackled by number 40 Lane Taylor, and as Taylor was laying on the ground, Brown stepped up and picked him up, patted him on the back. Like to see that much more than the swings and the other things.
I've seen it a number of times. I'm glad you said that. I meant to point it out. Shotgun formation for Mosier, and we're going to have a delay of game. No, a false start.
Yeah, I think there were several people moving.
Xavier
Hafford was moving, and a couple of, maybe a lineman were moving.
I didn't realize they were set yet. But we're still moving personnel around.
Well, that's what you get for thinking. You're supposed to use your powers for good, Ross. I don't know what else to add on that.
So after the 5-yard mark off, second down and long, ball at the 46-yard line, and this ball is going to be run over towards the far sideline. Number 25 on his feet spins back into play and is taken down across the 30-yard line, the Liberty 30-yard line, and that is to Xavier Hafford.
And I believe that was Batiste that had the stop for the Panthers.
It will be a first down, ball at the Liberty 30-yard line. On the far hash mark, a good run there.
We got paper all over the place, and I'm getting confused about what I'm supposed to look at.
Paper, you get paper. Be first down at 10. This ball again going to be handed off, it looks like, to
number 19, Arian again.
Arian.
Well, this is something that we talked about during the break while we were off air. We were wondering if Silsbee was going to start running in their second or third team personnel, and they have indeed been doing that. Mosier, the starting quarterback, still out there, but as far as their skill position, they have been rolling in different people.
Well, and if you think about it, Joe, they don't get a lot of benefit keeping those guys playing because you're a bad plant.
Yeah, the juice is not worth the squeeze on that.
No,
I would think.
losing a player to an injury. One man in the backfield behind. No, it's 2-man, I formation. Ball is again going to be handed off to Arian, who runs right. Comes across and is taken down at the 25-yard line. It'll be about a 5-yard pickup.
Batiste and Monk in on the stop for the Panthers.
Arian, the ball carrier. And we have an injured Panther. 3:52 as the clock stops. 42-0 Silsbee in the third quarter. Jason Whitcliffe shaken up on that play. He'll be
He'll be hipped.
He'll be hipped out.
Wow.
It's a great Larry Durker story.
Speaking of Larry Durker, you said you had some Astros tidbits. And
yeah, let's get into that a little bit.
You always have the inside track. You live right across the street, and for some reason you've got carrier pigeons or something. I don't know how you do it.
No, Gene Dias, the vice president of public relations or media relations, puts out all these different tidbits. Just wrapping up the American League Division Series. And since 2017, Joe, did you know the Astros are 21-6 in ALDS games?
Man, that's a pretty amazing stat.
And they're 8-4 on the road in ALDS games. Is this ball going to be handed off to Arian? Arian across the 25. Gets across the 20 before being slammed down at the 20-yard line.
K. Jordan again on the stop for the Liberty Panthers.
Forward progress to the 19. But yeah, think about that. 8-4 since 2017 on the road. And they've clinched since 2017 5 times on the road.
Well, it's always fun to do it at the house, but I guess it's a little more fun to do it in front of the visiting crowd. Or maybe more satisfying, is a better word.
Arian with the handoff. He is still on his feet before being upended at about the 9-yard line.
It'll be Mason Shellhammer coming over, spilling Arian. And correct me if I'm wrong, Ross, but no other team in this era of baseball has made it to the ALCS as many times as the Houston Astros.
Yeah, from 2017 to today, that is correct. They are the first American League team to make it to 7 consecutive.
Right, and the National League, the Braves did it in the 90s, right?
That is correct, from 91 to 99, with the exclusion of 1994 because of the strike.
Yeah.
There were no postseason games played. This ball is going to be again handed to Arian, who goes up the middle.
Ryan Monk with the stop, and that 94 year was going to be, it was shaping up to be one of the more special baseball seasons on the year. And, you know, you talk about if you ever met a genie and you were granted 3 wishes, one of those wishes for me, probably go back and let's see what that 94 season was going to play out like.
Well, for longer than 8 years in a row, the Braves won their division, the National League East. 1994, though, was going to be a tough fight because the Expos were ahead in the division when the strike occurred. The Astros were having a dominant year. That was Jeff Bagwell's MVP season.
And the Big Hurt was putting together quite the season in Chicago.
That is correct, and Dusty Baker was the manager of the San Francisco Giants in his second year. And that play goes nowhere.
It's a nice stop from the Panther defense, and again, we're starting to hear Cade Jordan's name quite a bit, the senior middle linebacker for that Panther defense. He's turning into a pretty good one for the Panthers.
So,
and replacing probably one of the best linebackers that Liberty's had in some time, Colby Ewing.
I saw some film earlier today of Colby from last year's game. I wanted to go back and look at a couple of things from last year. Those are still in there. Shotgun formation puts a man in motion right to left. Ball's going to be handed off on the jet sweep, and 25 is across and hurdles into the end zone for a touchdown. And with 12 seconds left, Hafford is going to be scoring the touchdown. 12 seconds in the third quarter, and
they chewed up that third quarter awfully fast, keeping the ball on the ground and in no sort of hurry to get going, and kind of let your lung full of air out just a little bit. Arsenault won for the extra point attempt.
The holder is Butley. Snap back, hold down, kick up, and it is good as it splits the uprights. And with 12 seconds left, it's 49-0 at Silsbee. Back after this.
Silsbee Tigers.
Back at Memorial Stadium, the Liberty Panthers trail the Silsbee Tigers 49-0 with 3 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Liberty will go back. It looks like Mason Shellhammer. Nope, here comes Tony Denman. He'll be the back man on the near side. Jason Whitcliffe will be the far side return man.
Well, Shellhammer has gotten a lot of action from that that short return spot, though. Liberty Panthers trying to get something going. Arsenault getting set to kick off for Silsbee.
Arsenault checks his line. Has the ball teed up. Short lead up, kicks it, end over end, fielded in the middle of the field by Jason Whitcliffe. Whitcliffe across the 25, still on his feet, and he is going to be taken down at about, what do you call that, the 26-yard line?
Call that.
Also, I just saw something. We saw a Silsbee helmet down on the field after a play. Well, I just saw the same player, and his popped off, and it was not.
I think it's maybe something with his chin strap, because there wasn't anything that would have ripped that off. No one grabbed it. It just popped off. That's Arian, Kyle Arian, who had the helmet pop off. I was going to mention that before you jumped in. And so have to run another play here.
Liberty Panther offense will come out. Ball at the 27-yard line of Liberty. The Liberty. It'd be easier if I just said Liberty or Silsbee. It's at the Liberty 27-yard line. Man in motion, Whitcliffe, right to left. Fakes the handoff. Mares on his feet, and he slides down as he crosses over the 35 at the 36-yard line, and that will do it. One more set of 12 minutes. It's 49-0 at the end of 3. Back after this. Back at Memorial Stadium at the end of the third quarter, about to start the fourth quarter. Your Panthers trail the Silsbee Tigers 49-0.
Well, Ross, had a conversation earlier and wondering, we've seen the quote-unquote top 3 teams in our district so far, and from those 3 teams, we're talking about potential all-district selections and thinking about that. Maybe we make some commentary on that as the quarter progresses here.
Well, I can think of one guy as Mares rolls right. He's looking for Peyton Freejay. Peyton Freejay picks this ball up off the turf before it hits the turf at the 41-yard line. The Silsbee, excuse me, I'm getting confused here. The Liberty 41-yard line.
Well, it was a nice strike from Mares. I thought that was going into the dirt.
No, it isn't.
And that was a much better pass from my vantage point than I thought initially.
So I do have something else, a couple of other tidbits.
This is your world. I'm just living in it, man. You do what you got to do.
This is this run by the Astros, this impressive run that began in 2017. This ball snapped, going to be handed off to Garcia. Garcia running to the Liberty sideline. Is across the 38, and he will be taken down at about the 36-yard, excuse me, the 44-yard line.
Going to get upended or tripped up by Karsten Sanford.
But I get, well, okay,
you got the tidbits.
We've got the video, so they can see what's going on. But so the run began in 2017, but since graduating high school, listen to this, Alex Bregman has played in the College World Series, or ALCS, 9 of the last 11 years. He was eliminated in the College World Series as a sophomore by the University of Houston in Baton Rouge Regional, and he made his debut in July of 2016. So he has not been eliminated. He's played in every ALCS. He's been on the roster the full season.
While you were talking about that low snap to Mares, and he had to drop on the ball for a loss on the play. Man, that's Bregman. He's been kind of hit or miss lately, but man, he is definitely a weapon.
Mares rolls left, looking for Peyton Freejay, and it's intercepted by Silsbee, and They are excited. I did not see who got the interception.
Well, I'm guessing by the excitement level, that's probably a young man that doesn't play a whole bunch. Maybe not a starter.
Yeah,
Still trying to catch a number on that.
Yeah, definitely.
It's number 21, and that is Dwayne Matthews. And so he's a name that we have not called. But again, based on the excitement level.
Right. That's not your run-of-the-mill interception. It was a good interception.
And I want to differentiate that from taunting or anything else
No,
like that.
no, it had nothing. No,
not
that
what they
was
were doing. They were
complete
just celebrating their friend who did something great.
Right. Man, the Silsbee team's good.
At some point, you kind of run out of words, and we've said it so many times. This District 9 4A, perhaps the toughest district in the entire state of Texas, and 4A at the very least.
Under center, this ball is going to be handed off to Morris. Morris barrels across the 45, and he is going to be down to the 40.
The number 40, Lane Taylor, number 39, Ryan Monk in on the stop for the Panther defense after about an 8-yard pickup.
They're going to call it the 41-yard line. All of a sudden, I just got hungry.
Well, don't say something like that because I haven't eaten since about 10 a.m. and now I'm hungry. Thanks, Ross.
Clock continues to run, now ticking under 9 minutes in the fourth quarter. Morris again takes this ball to the right, and he is going to be close to a first down.
Seth Kirkland, Ryan Monk, Cade Jordan all in on the stop. Just going to pick up, maybe get back to the line of scrimmage on that. I don't think he picked up any yards.
Yeah, he's still at the 41. Looked like he ran longer, further. I know what it is. I'm starting to feel bad because the breeze. Well,
you moved my fan that I had over here.
Oh, maybe that was.
I think that's what it is. You got that long mic cable, and you're able to move all over the place. And I think you've done it.
I did it.
You did it.
I've done it.
Another run over the right-hand side, and that's going to be Arion with the carry. He pulled down by number 26, Julian Batiste. Be enough for the first down, Ross. Under 7:50 to go here in the fourth quarter. Liberty trails the Silsbee Tigers 49-0, and they have really pushed on the brake pedal in the second half.
Yeah, they held the ball for the majority of the third quarter and really ran a lot of time off the clock. Hand off to Arion. Arion upended as he gets across the.
It's a big hit from number 11, Mason Shellhammer. And our old pal Neil Thornton might say something like that's pretty classy of the coaching staff on the other side to really push on the brake pedal when we've seen some other teams not do that as early anyway. But again, you do you, and I'm okay with that too.
Put the man in motion, and we're going to have some movement, it looks like, on the line. And they'll back this one up 5 yards on second down.
See if we get some updates, and looks like we've got West Orange start 22-14, and 4 minutes or so left in the game. And Hampshire Finette 49, Hardin Jefferson 12, and they're in the third quarter.
After the 5-yard mark off, second down and 14 to go for Silsbee. Ball snap, going to be handed off to Arion again. Flag comes in on the sideline as he's going to get up or down to, I'm not sure. Oh, back to the 41. as the referee makes his way. We've got a sideline warning against Silsbee. So each team with sideline warnings tonight, if you're keeping score here.
Bingo.
No, that's
different game.
That's Bingo. That was his name.
Well, again, you'll be able to check out the TVE parade on Wednesday morning. And go to panthersports.com and we'll be live streaming that.
Oh, I meant to ask you this. I want to ask you this. This is a random question, by the way. As the clock continues to move, pushing under 6 minutes. Where do you fall on the Sunny D spectrum?
Oh, that's garbage.
A good tackle by, who is that?
Well, Brody Rawlinson got in there and got the hand on him to hold him up initially. That was really nice from Brody. Coincidentally, one of my budding theater stars. Well, he probably doesn't want me to say that. Pretty good on the stage. Ball on the Panther 45-yard line, 4th and extremely long, and not sure what's going to happen here. Normally this is sort of no man's land, but I can't imagine they're going to try and run a play here.
So you're anti-Sunny D.
Yeah, Sunny D's gross to me.
Did you ever like it?
I mean, not really. We drank it a little bit growing up, but I mean, it wasn't something I sought after.
What is Sunny D, by the way? Timeout here with 4:59 left in the 4th quarter. 49-0 Silsbee.
I don't know what it is, but it's not orange juice. It's like an orange drink.
It's like an orange flavor imitation orange juice.
All our sponsors placed a student ad for this year's
20 years, 25 years since I've had it, but I can remember going to the store and I would always want it.
Well,
but I think it was because it was in a cool container.
Well, see, what I got growing up is we always got Tang.
Whoa, Tang.
Tang, yeah.
Yeah, see, that's a better version of Sunny D.
I believe so.
I think Sunny D seems to be like the millennial.
Maybe. It was that and Nesquik and the old...
the old tins.
Yeah, the metal containers. That was always fun trying to figure out how to get the lid off of that bad boy without spilling the entire contents of that. 4:59 to go here in the 4th quarter. Liberty trails Silsbee 49-0. And Liberty heading into their bye week next week. It's also going to be TVE week kicking off tonight. We'll be live streaming the TVE parade on Wednesday morning. You can check that out on panthersports.com.
I'll say this, Joe. I know a good way to get that Nestle quick is this ball's punted and end-over-end kick fielded by Whitcliffe at the 21-yard line of Liberty as he is running towards the sideline, and he is jerked down, and flag comes in late, and he will step out of bounds or be jerked down out of bounds, and we've got a late flag now coming in from the referee as he was jerked down. We'll see what this one is as the line judge and referee confer.
I'm going to take this time to once again thank our sponsors, C. Bruce Stratton and Christina Varela-Crisco, as well as Michelle Mangum Marandino. Again, without sponsors, it's kind of hard to do broadcasts like this. They always help us buy cool equipment and do some cool stuff with our AV students. So we love our sponsors, and if you are looking to sponsor things such as this live stream of our football team, or if you want to sponsor basketball, or softball, or anything else that we cover, contact Richard Ewing at reewing@libertyisd.net, and we will get you information and get you hooked up. And again, if you have not checked out our AV trailer, you need to go check that out. Currently, we're parked behind the press box area.
But
Normally,
it will be moving after the game.
It will be moving. It does not stay here. We've been set up inside the track, and we're trying out a different location. And quite frankly, I really like the new location.
Okay, so the Flagapalooza, here's what it was all about. A face mask against Silsbee and a personal foul against Liberty. So Liberty, this ball snapped over the head of Frankie Maraz. Maraz rolls to his right, trying to get rid of it. Throws it out of bounds. And incomplete pass, so a good recovery by Mares there, as that could have really been
Less than optimal.
less than optimal.
You haven't said that yet today. Had to make sure we get that in there.
It's got to come organically.
Well, okay. I'll give you that one.
Panther band still playing, the cheerleaders. Also down on the track, cheering loudly. The Prancers in the stands, dancing with their pink pom-poms. Ball on the near hash mark. Man in motion. Whitcliffe gets it on the jet sweep to the near side. He is swallowed up, gets away before being taken down.
The host of Tigers led by number 18, Jeremy McKinney, getting that sorted out. If you're looking for something to do this weekend, go check out the auditorium and the LMS theater program. Got some shows going on this weekend. October 26th, the LHS Panther players going to be doing a couple of shows at the auditorium as well. We're starting that at 6 o'clock on the 26th. And then one final shout out for my cross country boys. Qualified for regionals at the 24A District Cross Country Championships this past Thursday, and they'll be running in Huntsville on Tuesday, October 24th at 12:15 at Cape Bar Ross State Park. I want to commend all those young men, all of them running PRs on Thursday, and just super proud, and give a big shout out to the head cross country coach, Casey Evans, who just has worked tirelessly to put together a great program all the way across the board, all the way down to our middle school program, and Coach Haley Beam, and getting our numbers up. There would be many mornings when we looked out there at cross country practice, Ross, and there would be 40 or 50 kids out there, and that's the most since I've been here where we'd have that many kids at a cross country, and asking them to show up for a 6 a.m. practice to boot.
Yeah, that was not something I was ever equipped to do. Not showing up at 6, but
Showing up and then running a lot?
running.
Yeah, right.
As the banged up Tigers helped off the field.
Again,
Hafford.
after we move out of this broadcast tonight, the Panthers moving into their bye week next week, but we will be on the air on Wednesday morning.
They're going to go with the jet sweep, this time to the far side. No, it's a halfback pass. And it's caught by Tony Denman at the 49-yard line. And he takes off across the 40 before being pulled down at about the 38-yard line.
Well, that was a nicely drawn up play, and he was about a shoelace away from breaking that and getting onto the scoreboard. It was a nice throw, by the way, as well. I think that kind of caught everyone by surprise. I don't believe we've seen that this year.
Maybe one other time.
Maybe once? Okay.
Quickly back to the line as the clock runs. 3:30. Liberty trails 49-0. Mares gets the snap, rolls right, and he is going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage by Maston Morris.
About to say that, number 20. Mares is not quite able to get out of his grip.
And it'll be a second down and 15. The clock continues to run as it's about to tick under 3 minutes. Ball is at the Silsbee 30, 40, whatever.
30, 40, whatever. You lectured me about the
44-yard line. Mares rolls left, finds Whitcliffe on the far side. Whitcliffe makes a diving stop, and that should be enough for a first down.
Oh, no, that's going to be wrong chain marker.
Wrong chain marker.
That's going to pull back the lost yardage, though. But I loved your enthusiasm. It's the most important thing, Ross. The enthusiasm.
So 2:19 left. Okay, back to the Nestle quick.
Oh, my gosh.
In the container, you always said it was always a hard time. You know how you did it?
With a knife.
With a switchblade.
Oh, well, I never used one of those. It's going to be a false start against the Liberty Panthers.
You never used the switchblade?
I never saw a switchblade unless it was on a movie or something.
I think they did a giveaway once at like Sunday school with the switchblade. I don't know. Maybe
I didn't go to your kind of Sunday school then. We went to 2 different Sunday schools.
We were armed
Okay, I got it.
at 6.
Just remember, your mother is listening to this, and she will wash your mouth out with soap if you lie.
No, she's not. I see her down here.
Okay, well, I tried.
Funky snap. Maraz unleashes and throws looking for Tony Denman, but it's over his head, and that was a nice tight spiral, just a little too much on it.
Well, to even get that pass off after the interchange between the center, actually surprised he's able to get that away. He's going to stop the clock at 1:43 and bring up 4th and long, and I don't believe they're going to be sending on the kicker here. I think they're going to go for it.
You know, the only switchblade I've ever actually used was
Here we go.
one of those that you got at the carnival for knocking over milk bottles, but instead of a blade, it was a comb. And we got a timeout for Liberty. Remember those? You hit the button and it somewhat flipped out.
We were too poor to be able to go to the carnivals. I don't know what you're talking about. It was a different tax bracket, man. You have all these experiences that I just never had growing up. And maybe I'm lying now. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? We'll never know. It's Friday the 13th, and we're just living our life the best that we can. 1:43 to go here in the 4th quarter. Liberty trailing 49-0 in this 9-4A contest here at Memorial Stadium. Man, all week long we've had great weather, and then today is the lone burning hot day. Although once the sun went down,
compared to what it was in the first couple of games,
it's actually felt pretty good today. And then the temperature is going to bottom out in the next couple of days. So I'm loving that. I'm loving that, by the way.
this ball's going to be thrown downfield on the near side. Tripped up is Jason Wycliffe. Loses his footing. He got his hands on it.
Well, that'll be a turnover on downs, and I am going to guess that Silsbee is probably going to get into victory formation, although they might have to snap it once, depending on what they do here.
Seconds.
Do the math for
Nobody,
me.
I mean, Liberty's not going to call a timeout, I wouldn't think. 1:35 remaining. Remember, we will have the TVE opening day parade on Wednesday right here on the Panther Sports Network.
Hey, producer Richard Ewing informing me that Sunny D is 99% water and corn syrup.
You know, that is a man with a lot of knowledge.
He does have a lot of knowledge. Mr. Ewing, he got you. He caught you on that one. And indeed, that is going to be victory formation for the Silsbee Tigers. I mean, they'll have to snap the ball one more time. But that is going to just about do it here at Memorial Stadium. The Liberty Panthers going to move to 1-7 on the season, 1-3 in District 9 4A action. And they will be heading into their bye week next week, and then they'll come back on the road at Hampshire Finette after TVE week, Ross.
It's very strange to have the bye week on TVE.
I know we don't normally get that, it seems like. Well, however we did it, that's how it's going to go for the Liberty Panthers. And they'll get that week off to try and get some players that are on the sidelines healthy for the final 2 weeks of the season.
Hard to believe.
I know, it seems like we've been playing football for a while, yet we haven't.
So just want to remind everybody, TVE, if you're around this weekend, go out to the barbecue cook-off, concert dance tomorrow night. Then on Wednesday, things get into full swing with the opening day parade in downtown Liberty. And rodeo action Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Get out and support the kids as the clock is expired. Your unhappy final is Silsbee 49, Liberty nothing.
Well, Ross, real quickly, we'll be on the air on Wednesday morning for the TVE parade, and Leslie told you it starts at, is it 9?
I'm not good with numbers.
Okay, well, be looking for panthersports.com. We'll have the live stream link for that. Ross, now you can take it away.
Okay, well, again, 49-0 Silsbee beats Liberty. Second to last home game. Off week next week. We won't be here. Joe may be, but I'm not. For Joe Roberts, Richard Ewing, our cast of characters, I'm Ross Norwood. Have a pleasant evening.